a lovely lake. It's very reminiscent of North America, the lakes there. It's just that the trees are very different. The landscape is very, very different, but it's you know those lakes where the trees go down to the literally go down all the way down to the water. It's very, very pretty. Very well maintained. There's a very dedicated group of rangers that look after they call it Wivenhoe Dam, or Lake Wivenhoe. I suppose the lake is formed by the dam wall, so they're two different things. They have camping, a couple of big campsites, and they have a day trip area where they've got boat ramps and things where you can put your sailboats in. It's all fresh water, of course, beautiful fresh water. It's stocked with freshwater fish. They've got Australian bass in there, which are very, very nice fish. They've got yellow belly, silver perch, they're really great fun to fish. Mostly use lures and trolling with electric motors, although they've just now, I think in the last couple of months, allowed you to use petrol motors in your boat. And there's a speed limit, I think 6 knots, and no weight. But we've been camping there a couple of times since that was brought in, and very few people stick to the speed limit, and there's nothing quite like being woken at 6 o'clock in the morning in a dead still bush environment, the sound of an outboard going out. Nothing quite like it. There's the complex there that we go camping. Just turn right up here. If I have enough time on the way back, I'll do a quick loop through there if you're interested. Well, I won't know, will I? I don't know if you're interested. Now, the other thing I'm going to have to look at, I don't know how to edit video. I've got no idea. I've got a very good iMac computer at home that I'll be hooking this camera up to and downloading the footage onto. I've actually got a couple of external drives as well. That's bumping right up my little cracker. It's one of the detriments to riding behind a car like this. You don't see what's on the road until it's bloody late. You might just drop back a little bit. It's just about doing the speed limit exactly, so I'll just stick a little bit behind him, I think. And the wing noise in my helmet today seems very much accentuated. Now I'm hoping it's not because of the cabling job I did with the Drift Ghost S. It has an external mic. You've got to buy it separately. And to fit it into my helmet, I've done a little bit of manipulating, I guess you could say, to get the cabling all in on the right hand side so I can talk, or I can be heard at least. What was I saying? Oh, one thing I do want to try and do, and I hope you guys will forgive me, is I want to try and make this vlog able to be watched by everyone. So that will mean no swearing, children. No swearing, please. So, if I do let out an occasional blurt, I'll try and catch it on the editing and bleep it out. One thing I'm happy with, the camera I have on my left a Sena SMH10, the Bluetooth intercom and communications unit, so I can listen to music off my phone, or I can talk to other people who I pair with on Bluetooth. I just don't know. I don't know if I'm convinced about the setup, whether I'll get use out of it, proper use. I have listened to music on it and it worked quite well. And actually, up until last week, every time I'd go for a ride, using this helmet and this gear, my ears hurt like buggery when I got off. And I've got an idea, and last week, before I went on the ride, I actually had a look at the little ear speakers that they have. Now this helmet is it's an RJ Carbon Tech flip-up helmet. Really nice helmet, light, a bit noisy, but comfortable. And I had a look, it's got indentations where the Bluetooth speakers go. And of course you put the Velcro in the indentations and then you put the speakers in, and I thought I had them in right, but I mustn't, because I played with them a little bit. I took them out and put them back in, and now it's much more comfortable. No hurting ears. So that's good. The other option with this center, I don't know, I just don't know. When you're going along 110, 120 like we are now, you really, you have to have the music blaring away to hear it really. So I'm not sure it's doing my hearing a lot of good. I do have a set of earphones at home that I use to listen to podcasts and things, and they're in-ear earphones, and they've got a flat back, so when they're in your ear canal, there's nothing protruding out the side of your ears. So they're very, very comfortable. You can lie on them, but you can lie on one side of the pillow or the other, and you don't get stabbed through the inner ear. And last week the week before, I wore them under my helmet, plugged into my phone, and it did a couple of things actually. It cut down on the amount of wind noise that I could hear. It got rid of that muffly sound. I could hear the music crisply and clearly all the way up to, this sort of speed. And I could also hear, funnily enough, background noise. So I could hear the sound of the engine, obviously not as loudly as I could without it, but I could hear the sound of the engine and external noise, which I think is important because I'd hate to be run over by a bloody semi-trailer or lorry to our UK friends, because I didn't hear it coming behind me. But I'm saying that, I'm not, there's another topic. I don't know how much noise you can hear on a bike, in a car. I know there's a lot of bike riders who, they'll say all the louder bikes, they're going to be heard, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I think most of them do it because they like the sound of our bikes. And, I do too, to a point. But I just don't know. What is part of it there? I just don't know the safety aspect of it. I just can't see it. Now when I drive my car, I drive a Jeep Cherokee Jet, a limited edition, a black one, and it's sealed up like a can. You can't hear much outside at all. You don't hear much road noise, especially if you've got everything, all the windows wound up and the air conditioning on, you don't hear a bloody thing. Half the time you can't hear police sirens, so I'm pretty vigilant on the road, and because I ride bikes, I actually do keep an eye out specifically for bikes. But there's sometimes where they catch you by surprise, and some of them trying to perform bloody Valentino Rossi manoeuvres. They can't be helped, and the speed they're going, they're on you before the sound is, believe me. So anyway, I don't know, I'm just not convinced about the whole louder pipes save lives type thing. But that can be an argument for another day. Now, we're just about coming into the very pretty area of southeast Queensland. It's called Somerset region. The main town, I suppose the two main towns in the area are Esk and Toogoolawah. There's a mouthful for you. And they're both very pretty little towns. Very reliant on local farmers, local farming and tourism. There's a lot of camping and caravanning goes on here. There's a couple of lakes. There's Lake Somerset, Lake Wyvenhoe, Atkinson's, and Lake Dyer. That's more up around Ladley. But all this region here has a number of freshwater dams, and the majority of them, well, all of them I think, have access camping and kayaking, fishing. A couple of them are water skiing. Somerset's a big water skiing place. And of course, if you're kayaking and fishing, the last place you want to be is a water skiing dam. So they're pretty much, you know, the water skiing ones are for the water skiers, and everyone else goes where they're not. So what are we up to now? About 61 kilometres we've done, and we're just about to come into lovely downtown Esk. This will be a 60 zone up here. Yeah. And good morning, Esk. A little bit of fresh air in. Oh, that's better. Whew. The Brisbane Valley Tourist Drive. Stop, revive, survive. You know, I don't know whether other countries have this. I know the US is very, very big on pit stops around the country. They have a lot of places where you can pull over and get something to eat and drink and a coffee and relax for a little while, especially up around the Pacific Northwest. Over here they call it the stop, revive, survive, whereas I think I don't know if it's every 25 kilometres or every 50 kilometres or something. Every 2 hours driving, you're supposed to pull over, and they give you a free coffee, even though I think it's nasty instant rubbish. But it's better than nothing, and it gets you out of the car, gets you relaxed. Now, there's the nicest cafe in Esk. Oh, look at that big puppy. He's a big puppy. That's a very nice cafe. And it's amazing there's not a single bike in the street. Wow. There's the antique shop. Brilliant antiques place. If you're into that sort of thing. The old pub. Oh, there's one bike. Very similar to mine. Hello, Honda Shadow. It's probably not the best day for riding, and I know, well, today's Saturday, so tomorrow the place will be full of bikes. Sunday morning, there's another nice cafe, Nash Gallery. The bakery there in Esk is probably one of the worst bloody bakeries I've ever come across, but that's just me. The one in Rosewood's pretty bad too. Alright. That was Esk. Hope you didn't blink and miss it. I lean forward like that. Does it look like I'm on a sports bike? You know. Alright. Up to 100. a lovely house on a lovely property. Bit flat plan, I think, but beautiful, beautiful house. This bloke's smart too. Got the shed there, and on top of the shed, solar panels. I think he uses them to pump water for his cattle. Very, very smart. Now, where should we go? What's the time? Oh, it's only pretty early yet. Should we go for a little run up to Kilcoy Road? Should we keep going to Tagulawa? Well, if we keep going to Tagulawa, it's a bit boring. It's just, straight highway like this all the way. We go on the Ivanhoe Kilcoy Road, which I think this is it. Here we go, Somerset going. Let's try up here. Have a bit of a look. What's up here? I'm getting much better at turning the indicator off. It'll be interesting to see how much video. I didn't, yesterday when I went to get the camera, I didn't get the, it takes a micro SD card. Good morning. It takes a micro SD card. I didn't get the SD card from the bike shop because I got the camera at Team Moto, the dealership in Springwood, the Honda dealership, and they had SD cards, but they only had 16 gig, and they were about twice as much as what I remember them being sold for around, the gadget shops, the tech shops. So, I didn't buy one there. I went to a place called Dick Smith. Funny name, but there you have it. Cool. Hello lads. G'day, g'day. I went to Dick Smith's and they had a 32 gig high-speed card, class 10, which is what I think I want, but it was the generic brand one, and I'm just not. I've always bought SanDisk in the past, and I've never had a problem with them. So I'm hoping that this disc will also be okay. I won't know until I stick it in the computer, really. It's pretty out here, and there's never any traffic. Hit the bump. Got the fire going. Don't blame them. pretty bloody cool on the bike. At least I'm not pedaling. I hope someone's got the fire going and it's not a bushfire starting, because it is bloody dry around here. Well, everywhere really, the whole area. The last few weeks we haven't had any rain for probably a month or two, and combine that with the fact you get some pretty good frosts in the morning. The grass is really dry. It's tinderbox dry. The jacket I'm wearing is, well, funnily enough, I've had it for 12 years. When I first went, when I first thought about getting up the guts to go and get my bike license, I went and bought myself a jacket. I didn't have Kevlar jeans or anything like that then. So I went and bought myself a dry rider, I think it's called an Apex.